outside the museum, Portland Basin. So I'm after a couple of things just to inspire me to paint, just something to put in my sketchbook. So let's go in. So I've been here a few times when especially when my son was a lot younger. It's just one of those free places that you can go in and spend some time as a family. So let me zoom you around. So that's it, let's pop inside. One of the things that I really like is you got this L.S. Lowry painting just in the foyer. And if you don't know L.S. Lowry, he's one of the artists of the early 20th century, sort of early 1900s. See, 1973 I think on this one, and he depicted a lot of the industrial movement of the back in the day before I was born. I did lots of these oil paintings just signifying the Northwest. So let's go in. My son loves this shop, like any other shop, souvenirs. Whenever he's got any sort of money, he'll just want to spend it. Doesn't matter what on, but he loves to spend money. So this is just capturing the life, the history. So there's quite a lot of memorabilia, wartime sort of things. It's quite interesting. We've even got, if you need the toilet, even got an old toilet system. And these are the ones similar to the ones that you'd find outside these old terraced houses back in the day. Someone's whites. Are these your blues? And just a little snapshot into history. This is, if you're older watching this channel, then there's lots of probably memories, old sort of teapots, old table chairs. You've even got an old newspaper there, which is quite interesting. All the little bits. Welcome to Tameside, 1920s. So this is just part of the museum where it shows you the old streets. We've got a few shops I'm going to take you in just to see what it's all about. This is an old bike. Two up, two down. So this is one of the old streets near where I live. So you got the old fashioned So you just got a window to where I've just been looking in happiest days of our lives. You know, it's quite funny the way back then people didn't have a lot, but it probably was a happy time when you think about it. It probably was a lot different to what it is now. People didn't have money for things and a lot less demand. Like, I don't know, maybe wrong way to say it. Probably a lot more demand on people. This is one of the you got an old bookshelf there. This is a classroom back in the day with the chalkboard, the teacher's desk, the inkwells, and then you got a bench, a pew for kids, a little sort of organ of some sort. I don't know whether it's probably an old piano. Out of order. So this is a replica of an old street, look and feel old chapel, school. There we go. You got the old lantern sort of lights, and just take you down. It's almost like memory lane. I think there's actually a school visiting at the moment, which I don't want to capture that. I'll just take you around as and where I can. Now this, let's see, I've got an old chippy. You know I like my chippies. Let's go and see if I can order anything. Got the old chips there and fish, and she's been here for a long time. Fish, what's that? 40, 60. I don't remember these prices. I don't know these prices. So if you in the comments let me know what these mean. You could even get tripe. I don't know what this is. But yeah. So it's just fascinating to get a snippet into times of old. You got the old till there. I think that'll be still working. Fish and chips, there we go. Rag pies, specials and mushy peas. It's making me hungry. Okay. Let's have a look in this one. This is more like a hardware sort of store, I should imagine. Sewing, seamstress and tailors, I guess, tailors. Got old crockery and yeah, it's just a snippet into time when things obviously were a lot different. Let's have a look in the window, old typewriter there. I'm actually looking for something to paint or sketch in my sketchbook. Not right now, but I could take some pictures. And do them in my sketchbook at home. This is an old shop. Weekly payments taken, so they did credit then. Christmas Club, John R. Christmas Club. Got all these old brands, old bottles, an old scale machine there. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Eggs are cheaper. Bovril. That's a blast from the past. Anyone remember Bovril? You got the old Oxo there as well. This is quite interesting. Can you imagine what it was like back in the day, having to live in times like this? Must have been quite interesting. So we've got veg there, daily sort of produce sold. Obviously these are plastic, so that's just to illustrate the shops. Firewood, you can do firewood. And then I'm taking you into the chapel area. This is a place of obviously Sunday school. Got the old "do not sit on this stool as it is fragile." You can see 1800s, 19th century Noah's Ark. It's quite a nice organ. I wonder who sat there playing this back in the day. And then you got the pews where people would sit to worship. So yeah, it's quite interesting. No entry. So yeah, it's just a really nice place. You can come and just enjoy the surroundings. It's one of those free museums like you get in many different areas. It's just nice to see history and see, I guess, where we've progressed. So let's have a look. Let's see that sign. God is love. God is love. So you've got a lot of different artifacts here in this cabinet. Quite interesting. You can actually come, if you do have children, you can sort of use these to dress up, so that's quite funny. I remember going downstairs, and I'll show you the area where you could have hats. I actually thought that was someone there then. I forgot about this chap. He's been here quite some time now. Yeah. He looks in shock. There's the barman. There's Elton John haircut. Lots of beers. Just a bar.
Oh no, we don't want to go in here. Do you know what that is? It's where people drink. Yes, can you two grab it? Not that one. Over there. Everybody else step back. That's it. One of you grab it. Pass it to the other.
So I didn't want to capture the kids. There's a school trip just behind me. You just probably hear them being. They've got a tour going around the museum. So I didn't want to catch those children. You have. Imagine if the doctor's surgery was like this still. There's the doctor looking rather stressed. All the sort of ailments that they would have had back in the day. Don't forget babies, cuddle royal. So very basic sort of medicines and all these sort of potions, pills and potions, and old equipment there. Couldn't imagine having that today. And this is the sort of doctor's surgery. Okay. And this is probably my son's favourite part, is the prehistoric sort of era. You can see all this sort of thing going on. I think I've actually had a picture taken of there was a knight with an axe and these sort of weapons. My son loves these, so it's quite interesting. The Dark Ages. So it's just a brief history of all the different sort of eras. Battle of Hastings, 1066. An old chainmail there. Old Vikings, Normans, that sort of thing. And these are the sort of things that they did back then. Oats and that sort of thing. It's a little farm. Denton Hall. So that's a place that you can go and visit to this day, Denton Hall. We actually did go there, and when we went there, it set on fire. It was on the news just after we'd been there. Nothing to do with us at all. Me, my wife, and my nieces, and my son. Yeah, pretty much nearly burnt down. There was a lot of damage to the building. I remember it being on the news and my sister asking about that. And you got the Mike the Knight with his sword. I think I've had pictures taken in this stock here. Certainly my wife's been in there, her head in the stock there. And I think we've had a picture of this axe with the blood on the on the wooden part. Yes, fairly interesting. Let's have a look at some of the old glass, old ceramics. Horton Green Glassworks. So these are all local sort of companies and industry at the time. Cotton spinners. Obviously there's a lot of history here in the northwest with cotton mills, that sort of thing, especially where I'm from. Especially from Rochdale, where I'm from, there's a lot of cotton industry, or there was. It's quite famous for the cotton mills. Still quite a few cotton mills there, but they're pretty much run down and not in use now. As far as I know, there's none that's still working. It's quite good that I've just walked past the kids again, and in the school sort of visits, they have lots of clues hidden around the museum, and you can find sort of numbers, or I think I've been before and there was ducks or something like that. You got given a piece of paper and a pencil, and you could, there's sort of like 50 ducks or something like that hidden around the museum, which you could mark off as you found them. So it's another floor. We go downstairs, you see more of the museum as we come down. Let's just come down these stairs. And I know there's a lot of history with the canal boats and the canals, all the industry doing all that. So let's have a ganders. It's actually a lot quieter down here, which is quite good. I just don't want to film children or anything like that. I don't want, obviously for different reasons, but I don't want to invade on people's privacy, that sort of thing, especially because this is being posted to YouTube. So we've got a few photographs on the wall, different heritage centres. A few sort of landmarks of the area. Tameside, where this is. So yeah, you got all these buildings that are still around. So we're just taking a look through history. A lot of the workers back then. I don't know what this is. This is some sort of is it a mixer or scale? Coal mining. So you got a little section on the coal miners. Must have been a timer. It must have been something else growing up in the early 1900s. Got the miners' helmets and all the gear there, and shoes. Hard life, I can imagine. A hard life, coal mining, injuries, death were common. There's a lift going into the coal mine. See that? So it's a nice place. You got these hands-on sort of things for it. You can. It's a sensory thing as well, which is good for kids. They can be practical and look at things and touch things, dress up if that's what they want to do, that sort of thing. So it's quite nice. It's quite hands-on. So it's an interesting place of learning. You got some interest in this little fella here. You got a sheep. I don't know what he's doing in there. There is a cafe there. I guess it's open probably lunchtime. And there we go. Must have heard me. So the cafe's open now. You get a coffee or toast, a sandwich. And then outside, I might take you outside shortly, as we're right on the, I think that's why they call it the basin, Portland Basin, because it's almost like a meeting point where the canals sort of meet, and you can go on to Manchester and other places in Tameside. You got all these old barrels and all these things that would have been so you got dairy farming. I think this is going to be a thing of the past soon. You don't see many people getting pints of milk delivered. So these are to churn butter, sour cream. And then you got the old model of transport. going back 1600, the horses. You can actually press the button and see the trains come to life. So again, quite hands-on. Even got a little, I wouldn't say cinema, but a little screen where you can watch the history of the building. That's the museum there. As you can see, there's a few seats. So you can sit and watch that film, Tameside Story. And some of the old artifacts of the area, old buses, old tickets, that sort of thing. Nail making machine. Quite interesting. If you're into industry and engineering, that sort of thing. Clog iron punching machine. This is where we've had fun dressing up with different hats. My son killing himself laughing at different hats that they put on me. We do have the pictures somewhere, but I can't remember whereabouts. I think they're up in the house somewhere in a frame. So that was quite fun. Obviously when my son was sort of anywhere from the age of 2 or 3 onwards, certainly probably wouldn't come again anytime soon. It's not cool, but yeah, it's just interesting seeing all these old machinery and sewing machines. There we go. We've got a horse down here. It's quite good the way they've made this horse. There's so much to see really. Joey the war horse. So you can see how that was made using different materials, sort of and this is just a view of what the canal boats possibly look like. There we go. So yeah, it's quite an interesting place, definitely if you've got kids, and I'm sure there's places like this where you're from, and I'd love to see different museums, that sort of thing. So if you do create content, if you're on YouTube and if you're watching this, I'd love to see a museum where you're from, of the local history, that sort of thing. It's just handy to come to. Children's play area there, which is quite nice for the kids. When they get a bit tired, there's crayons and pencils that they can sit there and draw, and here we go. Just gonna pop outside, let's have a little walk around over here. It's a bit windy out today, but just wanted to do something a little bit different. Like I say, I'm looking for something to sketch. I want to get my sketchbooks up and running again. Something that I've sort of fallen out of practice a bit, but yeah, I think there's plenty of things in here that I can do little sketches of, and should be quite nice. I think it's something that I want to start sort of taking with me a bit more and doing a bit more sketching while I'm out and about. You don't even have to take watercolours with you. You can just sort of take pencils, pens, whatever, and just do little thumbnail sketches. I know that's something that I should be doing more of, so watch this space. I will be doing that. But it's nice to get out, it's nice to do something a little bit different, and like I said, I just wanted to take you around the museum. It's absolutely free, and it's definitely worth a visit. Just a bit of nostalgia, and if you do remember some of those items, if you're of a certain age, just leave us a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of this free museum, Portland Basin. I'm just coming up some steep steps, and this is on the bridge, sort of, well, it's another bridge, but yeah, you can see there's quite a lot of canals where I'm from, a lot of canalways, and people even live on these sort of boats. Let's just spin you around. So yeah, quite nice. Quite nice just to go somewhere a bit different, away from the towns and buildings and that sort of thing. It's just nice to just go somewhere free as well. So there's always something quite interesting to see. And there we have it. I think I'm gonna go and sit over down there. There's some benches by the trees and quite a nice little area. Maybe that's going to be something that can inspire me. I could get some pictures and do some sketches of that, not just things in the museum. Maybe I can go ahead and sketch the surroundings by that point. Yeah, quite steep, those steps. So yeah, it's nice to be out. It's a nice day again. I think the weather's going to start getting a bit colder. It has got a little bit chillier just lately, and well, we're in towards the end of September, well, beginning of September now, so things are going to start changing. I do like the weather. I do like when the seasons change and the trees change and the surroundings change. So I do like this time of year as well. And so yeah, hopefully you can see. It's hard to see this little screen when the sun's quite bright. Quite a nice area. I'm glad I came here today. I showed you around. Just something a little bit different, something to try and inspire me as well. I hope you like this video. If you do, then give us a thumbs up and let me know what you think.